I'm not going to talk about Disney Genie. I'm not going to talk about Disney Genie. I'm not going to talk about Disney Genie. Hey Drop, welcome to Horsehead Bookends for another weekly vlog. This is week 7, the 7th one I've done. Not exactly sure. It is the end of August. Have a bit of things to go through today, and we're going to try to tackle them all. And of course, I'll put the timestamps below so you don't have to sit through me talking about something you necessarily don't want to hear. So let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is using Pro Tools. I am pretty new to the whole DAW software thing. I normally record to a digital Tascam recorder. I love it. I was planning on getting rid of it and going to a digital audio workstation. I bought a Scarlett 4i4, plugged everything into that. And so during the week, I decided to quick record 2 little things, and I'll post a link below. They're uploaded onto SoundCloud. I think I just have them Untitled 1 and Untitled 2. I'll put both links down there. I guess I just feel stupid trying to use Pro Tools. It's not... If I have a quick idea that I want to try to record, opening up Pro Tools, hitting record, making sure the track is, selecting the right tracks, making sure everything goes on there, it seems to me like it's so many steps. Whereas with my my digital 32 track recorder, all I had to do was arm the tracks, hit record, and I was good to go. I can layer, overdub if I need to, punch in, punch out. For me, anyway, it was very easy. So I guess what I'm looking for is, does anyone have any great pointers to use Pro Tools? I think I have Pro Tools Flight. It was whatever the software that came bundled with the Scarlett interface is what I'm using. I'm just having a struggle trying to use it, especially when I get a quick idea and I just want to turn on synth real quick, play it, and see what happens. I have yet to mic my guitar amps to try to see how the guitar sounds with it. So I think that's going to be the next test. And if for some reason it's still not working, I think I'm just going to go back to using my digital recorder, unless someone has some pointers for me to use. I'm feeling very disappointed. And another note, I do need to update my MPC Live. I know there's new software, I haven't done it yet. So when, hopefully this week I will update it, and next week I will talk about any improvements that they added to it. Now I haven't talked about video games in 2 weeks, I think. The last was Legend of Zelda I brought up. I still have to do the Galaxian project. The new control panel is still just sitting on the floor in the game room. Hopefully this week I can start working on that, and for next week I'll have it set up. So this week I took a ride to my friend's store, Digital Press Videogames in Springfield. I'll post their link below. I've done a video about them before. I can post that link right in the corner. I had to meet someone there actually to sell some board games too, and we decided to go inside, and me and Johnny looked around, and there was something he wanted. Oh, he got the Rick and Morty virtual reality game. I don't remember what it was called, but he's been looking for that. I'm not a big fan of Rick and Morty, but he's been dying for it. So we found a physical copy of that. He got that. And I looked in their case of PS1 games, and they had my number 2 shooter of all time, and that is Raystorm by Working Designs. Now, Raystorm is a 1 to 2 player shooter. If you've played shooter games before, or bullet hell type games, you know what they're like. It's a lot of fun. I think the graphics are amazing for a PS1 game. And when this game first came out, I spent a lot of time playing it. Aside from this and In the Hunt, they are probably my 2 favorite shooters of all time. I was super happy to find this in the wild, so I automatically picked it up and added it to my collection. Now, like most hard to find or like most working designs titles for older systems, you do pay a bit of a premium for them because the games are very good. A lot of people aren't getting rid of them. So while this wasn't cheap, I wasn't letting it stay in the store. It was definitely coming home with me, and I am super happy that I have added this to my collection. Gonna talk a little bit about some vinyl pickups that I got this week. I wanted to head over to Scotty's, but I just never got a chance to. So maybe during the week I will. I just want to dig through some used records, see what I can find. I don't think I have anything on my must-grab list. At the same time, I am still going through my pickups from Record Store Day. Finally listened to the DGs. I don't understand why it's getting so much money. Its side A was great, side B was okay, but I don't understand how it commands $100 a pop, especially since there were so many copies that came out. So it's kind of crazy. I hope they repress it and just put it out so everyone can get if they want it. Gave that a listen. I finally listened to Hot Rocks, the Rolling Stones comp, which was great. It sounded awesome. A buddy of mine who has one of the original pressings said they did such a great job remastering it. I don't have an original one. I think I had it on CD, but the vinyl is terrific. And I think that's it. Oh, I think I just need to listen to the Studio One Ska 45 box set. That's the only thing that hasn't been opened yet. Anyway, this week, when I was on vacation, I noticed that Vinyl Me Please put out 2 exclusives for a band I absolutely love. And that is Medeski Martin Wood's Uninvisible and The Dropper. Now, these are both limited to 1,000 copies each. I have 736 on Uninvisible and 611 on The Dropper. Now, I've been trying to get a hold of The Dropper for a while, but the prices have always been insane. And I listened to them both and they sound amazing. They did such a great job with these. I'm super happy I picked them up. I can't remember how much they were. I want to say they were 35, maybe 40 each. But this is on a maroon high black melt vinyl, and The Dropper is on an orange swirl vinyl. The color's color, they're nice, they're pretty, but sound-wise, they're awesome. If you're an MMW fan, if they still have these available, I suggest grabbing them. They did a great job with both of these. On to board games. Earlier on Friday, I put out an unboxing video for Descent Legends of the Dark, and I'll post that link right there if you want to check it out. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but first, I got this in as well, and I'm super happy. This was a collaboration between Severed Books and the Dead Milkmen, who are an amazing Philly-based punk band. And that is the Lost Tomb of the Bitchin' Chimera module for pen and paper RPGs. I believe you can use 5th edition rules for it. I started just flipping through it a little, and it looks awesome. It's an adventure for levels, I believe, 1 to 3, so it's pretty beginner. But when this was announced through Kickstarter, I had to back it regardless. I love Dead Milkman, and I just thought this was so cool that they did this. So I got, I don't quite recall what level I backed at, but I got Lost Tomb of Bitchin' Chimera Adventure, Tomb of the Pale Cow Bestiary Guide. We got a little dice bag with some oversized dice, and also some glow-in-the-dark dice, which I believe are needed for the adventure. And at the level I got, I grabbed a t-shirt as well. So, This is awesome. I love it. I can't wait to sit down and run this module. Once I go over it, I already have some friends asking to be a part of it, so I cannot wait to run that. Moving on to Descent. Descent Legends of the Dark is a 1-2-4 player dungeon crawl game. I did an unboxing for it on Friday. I'll post that link below. I think I put a tag in the upper corner earlier. So I actually got to sit down and build all the cardboard miniatures, and me and Johnny played through the first scenario. It took us about an hour and 40 minutes. I'm issuing this almost as a warning. If you play this game or if you bought it and you haven't opened it yet, be extremely careful when you're putting together some of the models. They are cardboard. Some of the joints are very thin, so please take your time putting them together, making sure the joints go in right, because if you use just a little bit of force, you can actually destroy the model. I was lucky. I was very patient, and I'm usually not, but I was this time. And when I put them together, everything seemed to go together good. The bookcases were a bit of a pain to put together. The well, I was very scared of putting together because of the super thin joints. And the tables, the way you have to put the legs together, I couldn't get my finger into the upside down table to push it into the thing. So it was it was a little difficult putting them together. Gameplay wise, it is app driven. It tells you where to set up the map, what enemies spawn, where they spawn, where to place certain environmental things like chests, doors, trees. We had a great time playing it. It's very easy to play. You have 5 actions. You get to use 3 actions per turn. When everyone goes, it's the end of the hero's turn, then it's the darkness phase. The bad guys go, then you go, until the scenario is finished, or I guess everyone gets killed. We were extremely lucky in the game. We did very well. I can't even remember their names right now. Johnny was the dragon hybrid, and I was the hunter, and we did pretty good. The die rolls were decent, and I don't think I took any damage playing, and I think he took a bit of damage, but he healed. So towards the final boss, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but we had a great time playing through the first scenario, and we will probably continue. Hopefully this week I will be able to do a solo mode where I can show you a little more of the game and how it plays. I don't want to talk about this. I don't know how I feel yet. I know what it is. I know how it works. It has its pros and its cons. I think that it is a touch expensive. I think the lightning lane, again, is a little more expensive. Will I use both services? Probably. I probably will. But for now, I think I'm just not gonna say anything about it until it gets put into practice and we see how it actually works. If you don't know what Disney Genie is or Genie Plus, I would be shocked that you don't know already. It is a feature in the My Disney Experience app to help you plan out your days at Disney. And then you have Genie Plus, which is a paid service, $15 per day per ticket, to give you the ability to add one Max Pass style attraction at a time. And then you have Lightning Lane, which is another pay service to jump the line at super popular attractions like Rise of the Resistance, Lightning McQueen's Racers, is that what, Radiator Springs Racers out in Disneyland, and the Ratatouille ride, which is going to be in France, and I'm sure Tron is going to be on there, and probably Flight of Passage as well. Any big popular ride that's hard to get to, you will probably have to pay a premium to skip the ride. So again, I see the pros, I see the cons. I don't want to spend time discussing this until it gets put into practice and we see how it really works. Coming up, we're going to do some more playthroughs over the course of the week. I am going to try to figure out this Pro Tools, because I don't understand why it's not working. When we get the replacement chassis for, where is it, right there, for Johnny's lightsaber, we will break it down and rebuild it to make sure it works. We'll probably film that. I want to do the Galaxian build, so hopefully I can get that filmed. And I do need to try to mic up my guitar amps and see how they sound in Pro Tools. I haven't tried that yet, so maybe we'll do that this week, time permitting. And oh, maybe another trip, maybe a trip to Scotty's to dig through some crates. I've been dying to go. I haven't been back since Record Store Day. So I want to see what I can find. It's always fun to see what you can find in the cheap bins. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to click on subscribe, ring the notification bell. You get notified anytime I upload a new video. Any questions or comments, please post them below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, talk to you later.